What's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for the MLS on Saturday, May 4th. Well, guys, we have a very busy afternoon, well, morning and afternoon with the picks in Europe, and you can get those in a separate video up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. So go check it out. This is the first time I made a video with the new person who joined Pick Dawgz, and he is definitely a soccer guy. Amongst that, he does some other sports as well. But it was very fun to connect with Kirk and give you even more free picks than we usually do because of the 15 games that we had to talk about. I believe that we only gave two save free picks out, which means that you basically got like 28 free picks for those 15 games. So check it out and feel free to leave a comment on that video as this one as well. We have 12 games on the schedule in the MLS. There are no afternoon games. All of them are 7:30 p.m. Eastern time and after, which means it's gonna be a busy evening, a busy night as well. And hopefully we make some money on this MLS picks as well. For my best bets, you can click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And what might be even the best option for you right now is to pair me up with Kirk and get even more soccer premium picks for the entire weekend, if not just for the day. So, that's all that we have to say about this. You guys know the drill. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. And let's get this show on the road in the MLS. Atlanta and Minnesota is the first game of the day, and I think this was going to be very interesting. Atlanta is now without a win in their last four games, while Minnesota is on a two-game winning streak. However, this is not going to be an easy game for them because Atlanta at home is a very, very solid team. They're scoring a lot of goals, 12 goals in 5 games, and they definitely will be a real threat to Minnesota here, who, granted, is a very solid team defensively on the road with only 5 conceded goals. Uh, just because Atlanta is the better team overall, that doesn't mean that they are going to get a win out of this. As a matter of fact, my free pick for this one will be Minnesota on the double chance at plus 110. I think that their current form is going to allow them to get a positive result out of this game. And because of that, I'm taking Minnesota on the double chance. Charlotte is hosting Portland, and nowadays I see Portland, I see goals, and I'm gonna go once again with both teams to score in Portland's game. Their last 7 or 8 games in a row have got over 2.5, and both teams to score, and this was gonna be pretty much the same as well. Charlotte, granted, hasn't been the best team this season so far. They have been struggling on both ends, but with Portland being so sloppy defensively, I definitely see both teams getting on the score sheet, and I'm going to take both teams to score at minus 167. DC United is hosting Philadelphia, and I think this was going to be a highly competitive game. There's a bit of a rivalry going on in there, and with DC United playing really well at home, scoring goals consistently, they need to face against Philadelphia right now, who is scoring a lot of goals when playing on the road. So the decision was very simple for me here. Both teams to score it over 2.5 at minus 118. Inter Miami and Red Bulls are facing off in the next matchup in the MLS, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple. Messi has already scored 9 goals so far in the MLS, but New York Red Bulls haven't lost any of their last 6 games, although that's not gonna be the case here. Miami is on a 3-game winning streak right now, during which they've scored 10 goals. The bad news is that they're conceding goals as well. So there might be some value. Well, there is a lot of value in taking Inter Miami to win and both teams to score. But since we are getting them at minus 120 at home, I will simply take Inter Miami on the money line, and I think it's going to be a nice winner for us. Orlando is hosting Cincinnati in the next matchup. This one is also in Florida, and what scares me here is the fact that Orlando can't really keep a clean sheet right now. They have been struggling defensively this season, especially, and Cincinnati on the other side is on a two-game winning streak right now. They are slowly heating up. They are improving with every game, and now they have scored 5 goals in their last 3 games, and they have scored at least a goal in each of their last 8 games in a row. So there's definitely a lot of value on Cincinnati here, and we might even take them on the double chance in a double or something like that. But for this game, I'm gonna go with both teams to score at minus 161, and might even put it in a double with that Charlotte and Portland pick just to get the maximum value out of those two games. San Jose and LAFC is the matchup at the West. It's that Californian matchup, and you know what? San Jose has been pretty bad team so far this season. Whether they play at home or on the road, they are once again at the bottom of the table in this early season. The chances of them reaching the playoffs are very low at the moment. However, they have won 5 games in a row against LAFC at home. Now, LAFC on the other side has lost only one of their last six, and like I said, they have lost their last 5 games on the road against San Jose. But I think the current form will have a lot to play in this game. San Jose missing a couple of players, LAFC missing a couple of players, but LAFC is the better team here with more depth. And with that in mind, I'm taking LAFC on the money line at plus 110. It's definitely time for them to end that negative streak they have against San Jose on the road. Toronto and Dallas is going to be another interesting matchup. Dallas finally going to win. They're coming off of a 2-0 win against Houston. However, they are now facing Toronto, who are on a 3-game winning streak. And with that fantastic game against Orlando last week, where they were losing 1-0 and then scored 2 goals in the last 15 minutes of a game to get a 2-1 win. Before that, they got a win against New England. They got a win in the Canadian Championship as well. And I think that I think this is their game to lose. To be honest, they are playing at home against the team that has barely been scoring any goals, the team that's struggling defensively. And when I consider all of that, I simply have to take Toronto on the money line. It's plus 132. It's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be too flashy game. Definitely, it's going to be a grinding for both teams, but I think that Toronto will come out on top in this one. Chicago and New England Revolution is the next matchup we are facing off in the MLS, and you know what? Chicago, as weird as that might sound, are the better team here right now. They have lost 2 of their last 6, while New England lost 5 of their last 6. The last 6 games between these two teams have been a draw. 7 of the last 8 have been a draw. 8 of the last 10 have been a draw, and I know that there's a lot of value on the draw here at plus 270, but with New England losing all 4 games on the road, I think that Chicago is the way to go in this one. At minus 102, I think it's going to be a close one. I don't expect some high scoring matchup here, to be honest, because neither of the teams are consistent right now, especially in the attacking end. But Chicago at home is a solid team. I think that they're due for a nice and breakout performance. And if it doesn't happen against the team on such a big losing streak, I don't know what they can expect out of this season. So to keep it simple, I'm taking Chicago on the money line at minus 102. Houston and St. Louis is the next matchup in the MLS, and I gotta be honest, I was struggling with this one. I could not make up my mind, and simply because of that, I decided to take goals in this one. We are getting over 2.5, and both teams to score at plus 112. Houston coming off of a loss to Dallas 2-0, which is actually their second loss in a row. St. Louis, definitely a solid team capable of scoring goals. They have been doing it quite consistently this season. They have scored 9 goals in 4 games on the road. Houston conceded 5 goals in 5 games at home. They have scored 5 goals in 5 games at home. Like I said, I think it's a coin flip game. I couldn't decide whether to take the goals or to take the sides, so I decided to go with goals anyways, and that is both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Nashville and Montreal is the next matchup, and I don't know. This was another game where it took me a minute to figure out what I want to do with it. Montreal undefeated in their last 3 games. Nashville hasn't won any of their last 5 games. They're struggling a lot. They're close to the bottom of the table. They're not doing well this season. They're not scoring a lot of goals, only 10 goals in 9 games. While Montreal actually is averaging over one scored goal per game when playing on the road. So In this game, I'm gonna go with the first half draw at plus 120. I think that both teams will approach this game quite cautiously, focusing mostly on defense in the first half, and then whatever happens in the second half, that's fine by me. So I'm taking first half draw in Nashville versus Montreal. Salt Lake and Kansas is another matchup in the MLS, and I'm going to keep this one very, very simple, guys. Salt Lake right now is at the top of the table in the MLS. Actually, they are at the top of the table in that Western Conference right now. Overall, in the MLS, they are second. They're conceding less than goal on average. They're scoring almost two, actually 1.7. And when playing at home, they're quite solid defensively, even more than they are on the road, but they are scoring a bit less. Kansas, on the other side, when playing on the road, they're not doing well. They have one win, they have two draws and one loss, averaging barely one scored goal per game, while conceding one goal on average as well. I think that with Salt Lake being on such a great form right now, undefeated in a while, we have to take them at this price. It's minus 139 for Salt Lake on the money line, and I will gladly take it. And the last game of the day in the MLS is at the West Coast as well. Vancouver Whitecaps are hosting Austin, who won four of their last five. However, Vancouver, when playing at home, are absolutely brilliant. They have scored 10 goals, two wins, one draw, two losses, eight conceded goals. But Houston on the road has scored only one goal in four games while conceding three. So once again, to keep it simple, guys, I'm taking Vancouver on the money line at minus 154. Might even pair it up with Salt Lake City to get nice plus money out of these two picks, but I definitely see Vancouver winning this one as they are the better team, especially when playing at home, and they're playing quite an attractive football, creating a lot of chances. And Austin simply does not have the defense right now to go up against them. So I'm taking Vancouver on the money line. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. These were free picks for the MLS. I hope you have a great day, guys. Good luck with all of your bets in the morning and the afternoon. Let's win some money with the MLS in the evening as well. And let's have a great weekend all together.